Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. So, as promised, I am going to do a reading from all of my books, the most love-oriented excerpts from the books. So, I hope you're going to all enjoy it. And, yeah, I'm a big fan of Valentine's Day because I love love, all different kinds of love. And I just think it's such a special day, especially this year in particular, to just focus on all the different kinds of love that you have in your life and to just really value every single day. Not to sound too preachy, but that's what I try to do. Yeah, that's what my books are all about. They're about love and relationships and just appreciating them and learning to love one another. So, without further ado, I am going to begin with the very first book that I wrote, which is As the Winds Change. And it's the first book in a 2-book series. So I picked out this little excerpt. Chapter 22, Autumn 2017. Oh, and there will be, if you haven't read this book yet, don't listen to this because I'll be revealing a little bit of what happened. So, okay. Chapter 22, Autumn 2017. I have found that clarity isn't easily obtained, but yet through one action, everything can be gained. Love. To love when hurt, especially to love when lost. I cannot fathom any longer a greater answer to all of life's questions. And that's a little poem that I wrote, actually. So, yeah. Okay. Anyway, continuing. If you told me 6 months ago that I would be making a 5-hour road trip on my own, I would say without hesitation that you've got the wrong girl. But my life has changed exponentially. I'm no longer that hesitant girl. Now, I'm in a car barreling down the interstate between Virginia and New York alone, singing along with Whitney Houston, Taylor Swift, Christina Aguilera, and Mariah Carey in an all-girl mix I put together for this drive. This trip is in many ways the capstone to the story of me going from that timid girl to a young woman who is finally stepping into her own, thanks to all of the twists and turns. I asked for these few days off when I was hired so I don't have to worry about work. I can focus on this trip, the completion of Johnny and my story in many ways. Luke couldn't come because of work, and I assured Mom that I would be fine. Quite honestly, I wanted to go on this trip alone. It's not about my family, Luke, or even Johnny. This trip has everything to do with me and what has happened over the last 6 months. My whole mentality has changed. I have started actively living my life instead of getting caught in the ties of the past. I'm not afraid about making all the right moves. Now, I'm heading back to my hometown. It feels so amazing to say that I have a hometown now because I left. I'm going to watch other people look at Johnny's work and see every bit of beauty of our story together and who Johnny was come alive in that room with his mom by my side. The art gallery is packed with the muffled roar of at least 70 people. I hear dozens of high heels clicking, dress shoes shuffling, appetizer plates chiming, and champagne glasses clinking. The room is grand and overwhelmingly gorgeous. I can't think of a better place for Johnny's work to be displayed. It's designed like an old-fashioned ballroom with mahogany floors and an Art Deco-style ceiling. Mrs. Santino meets me at the brass door entryway and wraps me in a warm hug. His work is in every corner, she says, out of breath. She's more nervous than I am. I have a feeling that she didn't even look at the box of art before she handed it over to me that day. This will be the first time she sees many of Johnny's drawings. It's got to be an overwhelming prospect. We walk around the gallery arm in arm. I don't have to read the plaque to the side of the drawings to know which ones belong to him. They come alive, not simply in familiarity, but because of the light they emanate. His drawings are natural and not restricted by the type of technique they hammer into artists at art school. He drew exactly what he felt. His pieces are both classical and modern, familiar and at the same time far from the ordinary. Johnny's art makes you think about the preciousness and beauty of life itself. He put his love and his unique way of looking at the world into every line, color, and shading. Sandra Mendelson, the woman who wrote to me about Johnny's work, approaches us. Are you Johnny's mom? Yes, Mrs. Santino says, and this is April. She shakes my hand and holds on to it. She meets our gazes, one at a time, with a soft, genuine look in her eyes. I can't thank you two enough for sharing Johnny's work with us. I'm sorry for your loss, but you gave a gift to so many others. Mrs. Santino nods, but her eyes fill up with more tears, and then so do mine. Miss Mendelson is wearing a formal suit, her hair is tied back in a tight bun, and judging by appearance, you wouldn't expect her to do what she does next. She puts her arm around Johnny's mom and murmurs these words of encouragement in her ear. He's here. That's what art does. It keeps people alive. She points to the drawing in front of us. It's the one Johnny drew of his bandmates. Remember this. Johnny left a mark on this world. Remember him through art. Remember the happy times you shared, and live your lives with the passion he put into his work. That's how you will honor his name. Her attention remains fixed on Johnny's drawings as she speaks, almost as if the words she's saying are being passed from her own heart's memory to us. Thank you, Johnny's mom says as she embraces Miss Mendelson. You are very welcome. Thank you. You both are welcome here any time at all. Please stay in touch. Thank you, I say, and give her a hug. I wipe the tears from my eyes and continue walking with Johnny's mom. I'm practically attached to her hip as we scan the room. I catch the light and colors of Johnny's work everywhere. My eyes are eventually drawn to his last drawing in the exhibit. It's of Central Park in the fall. All the leaves on the trees look as if they're lit by their own individual sun, and he drew the backs of all the people walking the paths in a romantic sepia tone. It's like they're all in heaven, emphasizing the temporary nature of this place we physically dwell in. The drawing, just like all of his others, seemed to emphasize the importance of love above everything else. Thanks, Johnny, I whisper. His mom looks at me and smiles, and then she looks back at the drawing. Thank you, Johnny. I love you so much. We stand there for a few minutes, our eyes closed, our hands folded together. With one last glance around the room at Johnny's drawings, we turn around and walk out together. So I hope you enjoyed that excerpt from As the Winds Change. And the next excerpt I'm going to read is from the sequel and the last book in the story, Where You Are. And I want to thank all of you who are here right now. Really appreciate it. And here we go. Chapter 19, Officially Yours. I want the concentration and the romance, and the words all glued together, fused, glowing, have no time to waste any more on prose. Virginia Woolf. 90s pop plays over the speakers at Splash Blast Water Park. Every inch of the park is landscaped with precise thought and care, with special attention to color. Rose-pink blooms and fiery red perennials line both sides of every walkway leading to the rides. Sarah toddles alongside her mom in an iridescent pink bathing suit that has a white unicorn with a striped blue, red, and orange horn in the center. We go skating at rink? Not yet, baby girl. Aunt April's boo-boo is still healing. Next time, I promise. I kneel down to Sarah, letting go of Luke's hand. She nods, solemn, but moves on quick like any 2-year-old would, and is pulling her mom forward on the path to the next ride. She is having a ball here. Her cheeks are flushed and her hair is soaking wet. The remnants of an orange ice pop she had earlier are streaked across the left side of her mouth and down the front of her bathing suit. I better take her to the bathroom, Allison remarked. You know what? Actually, she wants to go on a couple of rides over there, too. Why don't we all meet up in a half hour at Waddles Cove? That sounds good, Luke responds for the both of us. I'm usually the one to respond to Allison first, so I'd be lying if I said his assertiveness didn't throw me for a loop a bit. As Allison and Sarah go off in the opposite direction, Luke, in playful jest, swings my arm back and forth with his. So where would you like to go? You want to do one of the river tube rides? It will take a while and put us close to Waddles Cove where we're meeting. Sounds like a plan, Aunt Ape. He teases me, having caught on to what Sarah calls me. I really love this day, I gush to Luke. I can't believe I was still in the hospital a week ago today. I keep saying it, but I am so grateful." Luke smiles at me, contented. "It makes me happy that you're happy. So happy." "Well, come on over here then." He stops abruptly and guides me to the left of the walkway with him and down the pathway where most people don't go because there's no rides down here. It's a quiet trail with benches that you can sit on and take a break from all of the action. He sits down, pulling me close beside him. "I need to talk to you," he says in a serious tone, and I begin to feel my heart thumping in worry. "Stop panicking, my girl." He puts his hand firmly on my heart. "There's just something that's been on my mind." He takes a heavy breath, and then in one quick motion, gets up and gets down on one knee. His handsome, dimpled smile looking up at me. This is, once again, not a moment I could have predicted. "Take two," he jokes. "Now, do you want to? Because you don't have to." I nod a number of times, and with each one the tears fall from my eyes as I kneel down myself in front of him. "Will you marry me, April Miller?" "Yes." He places the ring on my finger as we both stand up together. The ring feels like a spark of electricity on me, and yet I don't feel any desire to look at it right now. I just want to kiss him, and that's exactly what I do. The kiss lasts until I hear a couple of people starting down the path. We sit back down on the bench, and I look at him with the happiest tears in my eyes and see the biggest smile on his face. I smile. "I don't have anything by my nose, do I?" I chuckle between sobs. "No," he laughs, kissing the tip of my nose. If only the people passing by knew what just happened. I'm glad we were alone for this special, unforgettable moment. "Luke, I am so happy with you. I hope you know that." "Right back at ya. That's why I realized it doesn't matter where I did this. I don't need decorative lights in a special location. I want you forever, and I couldn't wait any longer. I've been carrying around this ring for the past couple of days since we read each other's letters." "You are so perfect," I say with absolute seriousness and certainty. We walk the rest of the way, attached at the hip. Every so often I let go of his hand to see the ring. I can't believe it. I'm engaged. He's my fiancé now. It sounds wonderful to my mind and heart. I notice on my right, before the river tubes, a mock surfing ride. I nod over in that direction. "I wanted to try that with you soon, but for real. Surfing?" "Yes, sir." I playfully bump his arm with mine. "I know I told you that I would never hold you back, but you just came out of a coma, crazy girl." "Not yet. I'm talking next weekend." He laughs and shakes his head in disbelief. "For some reason, I think I already know how to do it." "That doesn't surprise me with you." He gives me a peck on the cheek. "We'll see." "We will see," I say, loaded with sass. We go down the tubed river together, but I don't remember much except for Luke's hands on my hips and our lips on each other. When the ride concludes, I deliriously get out. Allison and Sarah are waiting at the sign for Waddles Cove. She comes over to me and sees the glittering ring right away. "I knew you were up to something today." She grins up at Luke. "I'm so happy for you two." Allison picks up Sarah. "Look, Munchkin, Aunt April is getting married to Uncle Luke." Sarah mischievously grins. "Can we go on the duck ride?" Allison chuckles. "I'm sorry, it's all about her, isn't it?" "As it should be," I laugh. "Yes, princess." I snatch her into my arms and tickle her to the point of deep-bellied giggles. Allison puts her arm around Luke as we head together down the path to the right of us. "This is so wonderful," Allison remarks from behind me as I hold on to Sarah's hand. I push my shoulders up with the goofiest grin planted on my face, feeling what I've been craving, permanence. I notice a shadowy image of Johnny directly in the sunlight shining down. He looks right at me, winks, and I see him toss a number of tiny sequined dark blue stars in the air before fading from my view. I laugh to myself. "Thank you, Johnny," I silently say to the shadow. "I'm forever changed and in many respects reborn." That's Where You Are. And the next one, wrote a lot of books recently. The next one is The Christmas Break. This is a shorter excerpt that I picked out. "You did another beautiful job, Charlie." "Thank you, Liam." "So, He turns away from the stage to face me in the crowd of people, so I do the same. I bite my lip as I look into his intense blue eyes, and the way he's standing so assured in front of me. I think I've always been committed to you. You know that? I don't say anything but look nervously down at the snow-covered street before he lifts up my chin with his gloved hand. I thought I needed to run away to figure things out. Maybe I did need to. But you, my love, you never left my heart. No? No. He takes both of my hands. It took Nicky forcing me to see that we had both been lying to each other in addition to ourselves. We were avoiding what's real out of fear of losing, failing, you name it. I think we all run sometimes. I don't want to anymore. The second I came back to town and saw you, all the feelings that I had in the middle of the night when I was away, they came rushing back to me full force. But I didn't know what to do. There hasn't been a year or a day that has passed that I didn't think about you. I never meant to hurt you and didn't want to hurt Nicky either. Little did I know that she was feeling the same. We were each other's escape, Charlie, not each other's forever. He pulls me in close and my heart races to the point where I can feel it so profoundly thumping. You never left my heart. You need to know that. You are my forever, and I don't want to run from that anymore, whether my career is settled or not, no matter what curves life throws my way. I need to have your brightness in my life. I need you. You know I feel the same, Liam. I've missed you so much. Tears I didn't even know were welling up inside me fall from my eyes. Well then, he grins before pulling me in even closer for a kiss. I don't feel the cold. I don't feel anyone else around. This is what I've been dreaming of having again. My meant to be. We hold each other tight, and I feel our bodies melding as one. What I have been yearning for. A love like my mom and dad had. This is it. Brett plays the saxophone to silver bells as we stay here, not letting go of each other ever again. I catch a glance over Liam's shoulder at Tiff in the distance, who is smiling back at me. She puts her hand to her heart, and I smile before closing my eyes in utter happiness. Best Angelwood Christmas festival ever, I'd say. I hope you enjoyed that. And I have 2 more for you. So this is Reading the Heart Companion Journal. And it's for all of you to just write your thoughts. I took quotes from my books and then created writing prompts so that you can make it your own and hopefully see all the brightness that your story holds. So I just picked out a short little writing prompt that I thought went along with Valentine's Day and the message. So this is the quote from Where You Are. You can always find things to be scared about. I think the better question is, how does he make you feel? And that's from Where You Are. Love should ultimately make you feel good. Pick a few friends or love in your life and make a list of how they make you feel. I hope they bring you nothing but happiness and value. So that's Reading the Heart. And then the last book that I have is Sapphire Star's Poems, the book that just has my heart completely. And there's a lot of love in here. And heartbreak. But we're going to just read about the love right now. So, I picked out a few poems from here. And I will begin with Far in Love. A young girl, I didn't know too much about anything. But oh, how you made my heart sing. I knew the memory of you would be more lasting than any ring. The salt air was swept into me like a wave covering over me. The scent of your sharp cologne on that white undershirt as I hid behind you is a feeling I will never forget. Like playing dress-up in layers of pearls, I knew deep in my soul somehow I fit the role. We were a forbidden love, far into my heart and the different sands we each stood on. But in that time and faraway place, we were positively one. And this one is appropriately called Valentines Night. The wind roars outside, melting snow on the ground. Excitement builds, waiting on him to arrive. She wears a short, long-sleeved red dress under a black winter coat and strappy black heels. Soul plays on the stereo. She brushes her long hair once more and touches up her pink lipstick. The music is turned off with a click. Silence. The heart beats faster. And then the doorbell rings. You on the front steps, a bouquet of roses in your hand. Your smile and the look in your eyes when you see her is positively everything. My colors. Please give me the bright, light, yellow sunflowers, red roses, love. Let it all fall into me, spreading in every direction, like a firework, but electrically silent. Let this emotion fill my entire being with the most intensely warm glow. I don't want the meek. I need to see the story for myself. Could it be that I've been told wrong? Can romance really last? I'm choosing to believe so. The neatly designed doesn't appeal to me anymore. I don't think this way of thinking ever did illuminate this true wildflower. I have been scared for so long. I've been deleting and editing, unaware of the yellow and red petals turning white. That's not my color. It's not my life that I've too often masqueraded. I see now. I'm getting a little louder now. I'm becoming a little brighter now. There's a vision of soul-stirring yellow and red, always having been there, inside, waiting for me to pick up the brush. And then the last poem that I selected was Kissed. By love, on that date to the ice cream place. By faith, at the crowded concert where a stranger held my hands as I'll Be There played. By inspiration, when I realized I had made it through the most life-altering storm. I may never have been in love, but I have been kissed. Many times I have been moved beyond compare. And that is the conclusion of my Valentine's reading. I want to thank you all again so much for coming. It means so much to me. Thank you for supporting my books. I hope that you enjoy them. I'm working on another love story right now, and not the continuation. I'm working on another love story now, and I'm also working on a second poetry book. So I'm very excited to share it all with you. Please let me know what you think of the books, because it helps me a lot, both personally and professionally. So any reviews that you can do, I really, really appreciate it. But most of all, I hope you enjoy the books. So that's all I have to say for today. Happy Valentine's Day. I hope that it is so special for all of you, and that you get to spend it with loved ones, whether it's your husband, fiance, lover, your dog, your mom, anybody. It's, like I said, this day, I love the colors of the day, the red and the pink and purple, the energy. I believe that certain holidays just have a very strong energy, and Valentine's Day is one of them. It's very hopeful, and trying to think on the spot here, but it's just very hopeful, and I just love it. And like I said, especially this year in particular, I just think that we need to let more love in our lives and focus in on that, and not all the other stuff that just brings us down. So anyway, with all that said, happy Valentine's Day. Thank you all so much for coming, and I will see you again soon. Bye.